Yes, sir. This is Don Bucks. This is Rap and Dough, the home of money conversations. This is conversation that brings compensation. This is the part of the evening where I get my recap for the post for the day. So, using your money to make more money. That post should ring loud and clear if you've been paying attention to anything that I talk about on Rap and Dough. And that is one thing that I can say that schools have a hard time teaching. They teach, we learned our times tables, but you know, we learned the basics, learn how to read, times tables. But one of the main things, because you would think school is designed to help you make money as an adult. If school is to help you become, a successful adult, make money, why don't they tell you what money is really for? Money is a tool. And a lot of us notice now that money is actually a tool. Money is a worker. And that's one thing that they left out of schooling, teaching us that money is supposed to be working. Not only are we supposed to be working, but our money is supposed to be working. And that is interesting, to say the least, because, a lot of us don't even question where school even came about, who created the school system, and why did they create it. Because before school systems, I'm pretty sure we was learning from our parents and our elders in our selective communities. But one of the richest people that ever lived, John D. Rockefeller, one of the creators of the American school system. And if you do some research, he goes on to say that the school system was created not to establish industrial leaders like himself, but to create more workers. Yeah, more workers. So if the system was created to produce more workers, why would they teach you that money is a tool? Why would they, right? It begs the question, why would they teach you how to actually be free? So, along with those times tables, they should have taught us investing. What Einstein said was the ninth wonder of the world, which is compound interest. They didn't teach us about that. So, like I said, the school system was derived around the idea that they want to create more workers, not more industrial leaders. So that post, I should pin that post actually. That money is a tool. Money is supposed to be used to make more money. So money is not only a tool, but it's also a worker. So when you're working for that dollar, when you go into your job, the idea is not to stack it as high as you can in the closet, or to get excited about reading your bank balance. Because if you're going to be saving the money, it needs to be saved so you can invest it, so it can work for you. It could be working where you're not working, because there's only so many hours we can work as human beings. So that means we want to be putting that money that we're working for to work. All right. So keep that in mind. If you didn't know before tonight, money is a tool. Money is a worker. You dig? And with that, being that we didn't know that money was a tool and money is a worker, that's where self-education comes in. Because our following post speaks to the fact that the people that stand out in our society were people that actually took self-education serious and creating their self. Um, because if the school was grooming us to be workers, we have to self-educate ourselves and now create what we want to be. So the people that actually stand out in our society are people that went on to teach themselves or go on to get other mentors to teach them how to invest. Um, yeah, so that entails becoming somebody else. you you have to unlearn the worker mentality that the schools taught us. So this is where self-education comes in at. And a lot of people have a challenge with self-education. Even though 2020 pushed us to that self-education uh, model, because everybody came, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people came out with courses, and this is the era of information. This is the information era. So this is the perfect time to be the type of person that takes self-education seriously. There's no excuse now why you can't learn whatever you want to learn. And one of those things need to be that money is a tool, right? Also, compound interest in investing and having your money work for you. So the people that actually get ahead and stand out in our society are people that are self-education based, because we learned what we learned in school. We already know now that the school system groomed us to be workers. That's what it was created for, to create more workers, not industrial leaders. Follow rules, right? Um, you got a bell that rings, and no cheating. What is cheating? When you think about it, cheating is sharing information. Cover your tests. Remember those type of people in your class that covered their tests? Like, don't be looking at my answers. When in actuality, that's called collaboration. In business, that's called collaboration. That's actually a good thing, to work with others, work well with others, and share information. But in school, they want you to be an individual, a worker in your cubicle, right? So, embracing self-education. What else we got here? Yeah, don't be afraid to unlearn and embrace who you want to be, not who they groomed you to be. And embracing who you want to be is going to be definitely different. It's going to take some willpower within yourself to want to be something other than what they trained you to be, which was an employee. And in the process of self-educating yourself and having this goal to be a different person and to get different results in life, like I was saying last night, that's going to entail avoiding distractions. It's popular to know who playing tonight for the majority of people. It's popular to know when that show coming on. You know, what was our show that everybody was tuning into? Most people, Power, Raising Canaan, whatever that may be, excessive outside activities, because that's what tripped me up. Excessive outside activities tripped your boy up. because I wanted to take a break. I wanted to celebrate my wins, but in the process, I ended up doing it excessively, which got me in some trouble. So, this is the stuff that will delay your goals, delay in becoming the person that you want to be, which is something different that the school taught you. Self educating and having these goals to get different results. It's going to take sitting some stuff out, avoiding distractions, being amused. And it's crazy because I learned, I was today years old, actually yesterday, because I'm a little tardy with this recap. Amused, being amused. It's interesting that amuse, the root word muse, is to be in thought. But when you put an A in front of it and make it amused, it means absent of thought. That was crazy when I learned that tonight. And if you've seen that post, I'm pretty sure it was eye-opening to you too. Because a lot of us like to be amused, which is to be absent of thought. And I could see how that could be a challenge, not wanting to think about how you've been bamboozled, how you've been tricked into being an employee or the lack thereof. Because there's a lot of unemployed people as well who are not with the speed of things, because things are moving fast out there. We got AI going crazy. That's changing people's lives and people's jobs. So this self-education piece is major. And that's going to entail avoiding distractions and avoiding not being overly amused, which is to be absent of thought. So those are the 3 posts from the top. Using your money to make more money, knowing that money is a tool, money is a worker, money should be your worker, your slave. So you don't have to be a slave forever. Work for the money so the money can work for you. You put the money to work after you make it. You don't just stack it just to be stacking it. Right? We work for the money, and then we put the money into vehicles that's going to bring us more money. Assets, stocks, real estate, rental cars. But yeah, we didn't learn these things in school because we wasn't supposed to. What school is not geared towards creating industry leaders. It teaches us how to be individuals. Don't cheat on my tests type stuff. So that entails self-education, investing in your education. Just like people invest in going to college, there's plenty of information on the internet and in these bios like mine that you can learn how to invest, whether it be stocks or learn how to invest in other assets like rental cars so it can bring you passive income. So that's going to entail self-education. That's going to entail you avoiding distractions, avoiding things that are not pushing you to your goals, because that's basically what a distraction is. Anything that's not pushing you towards your goal is a distraction. So less distractions, that means less delays. So we have to, and less of being amused. So we need to be mused. We need to be muses, engaged in thought, not being amused and being absent of thought. So with that, that should wrap today up. Make sure you, if you're trying to self-educate yourself, not trying, if you're looking to self-educate yourself, make sure you hit the link in the bio. Plenty of tools in there for you to begin your journey on self-education and becoming the person that you want to be versus what the school taught you to be. And yeah, have at it. It's in there. It's in there. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow Rapping Dough on here and on YouTube. And with that, it's your man Don Bucks. And this is Conversation that brings compensation. See y'all tomorrow.